Did your team do really well in the 2021-2022 season and you would love to take them over as they go into next season? Or potentially your team got relegated last season and you'd like to take over and make sure they bounce back? Well, now you can. Some of the amazing people over at SortitoutSI have created the updated database which you can use with a custom start date. So if we jump into the game, you can see right here, right now, I have a save open with Norwich. Now, if we look at the league table, this is exactly how the Premier League season finished. Norwich obviously relegated in the bottom position with 22 points. I wanted to do a rebuild with Norwich by taking them over at this point and taking them into the Championship, seeing how many of their players we can hold on to and seeing if we can kind of bounce back. So it's a little bit more realistic, a little bit more up to date. Rather than taking over somebody at the start of the 2021 season, I wanted to use this database. Now in this video today, I'm going to show you some of the stuff about the database, make some of the stuff aware to you guys, and then also show you how to go about getting it into your game so that you can do a game on this particular editor file. It is really impressive, and as you can see, everything is up to date with the most recent fixtures. All the results are in here. Some things I will say that are a little bit skewy. They can't deal with cups. So for instance, the FA Cup final in this particular instance is between Manchester City and Chelsea. They also cannot deal with the playoffs. So if we go into the Sky Bet Championship, for instance, in this particular load of the save, Sheffield United are in the playoff final against Luton. Now obviously we know at the time of recording Nottingham Forest are actually going to be back in the Premier League, so this will change every single time that you load the game. Now obviously they can't code in how teams are going to get on in the playoffs, but obviously all the results and fixtures are there, but obviously the results of the playoffs and stuff like that they cannot do. So this applies to promotion playoffs, this applies to relegation playoffs and stuff like that, like they hold in France and in Germany of course. So you may need to reload the save a couple of times to get the exact scenario that you're looking for, but I don't think it will take too long. And obviously we start the game as we are meaning to go on. So let's talk to you guys about how to get this straight into your game so that you can start your own saves today. So the first thing you need to do, guys, is head on over to SortitoutSI. Now this is a football manager related website which has all of the downloadable content on it that you would shake a stick at for this game. I will say you do need a membership to download files from SortitoutSI, but it's only 10 quid and it covers 12 months. So you get 12 months of usage of this website and all of the content that is put on it for just £10. This isn't an ad, but I do have a SortitoutSI account, which I use all the time for all my graphics and stuff like that. And there is obviously, of course, these editor file updates that are available as well. Now I have downloaded the most recent version when I set this save up myself, but if we go through things, these are all the playable leagues that you can currently have: Austria, Belgium, the Bulgarian, Croatian, Czech Republic, Denmark, all 6 tiers. They come with the game of England, many tiers of France, same with Germany as well. And as you can see, these are all the nations that are playable in the game. Now there are some caveats, as it says there is no 5 sub compatible files. They do not work with that. It will work, however, with your real name fix and all that good stuff as well. And as well, as I did mention earlier, the playoffs is something that they cannot account for due to making things fair. So once the save does progress, one team isn't infinitely weaker than they should be, just to guarantee the correct result. So you need to go into here and download this real fixture update here from the 30th. As you can see, it will eventually end up in your downloads folder, but you do need to pair this with something else. That is the real-time editor data update file. So let's go into that, and then you can get the best Football Manager experience for real time. So this is the other one. This is the real-time data update. Now this is updated twice a week, and as you can see, the latest release was on the 31st of May 2022, which is the date that I am recording this video. So it is updated twice a week. As you can see, I've got the latest version in my downloads, but this is incorporating all of the transfers that happen in real life, all the movements and stuff, all the manager appointments. So for instance, if you'd have gone on this a couple of weeks ago, you would have had Erik ten Hag set up to join Manchester United. 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪 will be joining Manchester City, and all of this good stuff. So you need to hit the download button here to download the data update, and that itself will end up in your downloads folder, which is where we're heading to next. So guys, we move into the download section of your computer. Now, if you are on Windows, you will be able to follow the steps that I am about to outline here, but you do need to know where your Football Manager data files are stored. If you are on Mac, I would recommend using your Finder, searching in Sports Interactive, and then you will find a similar file path. But Macs are slightly difficult. In certain instances, you need to find the exact location to do all of these things. So I'm using WinRAR to extract the content of this, and as you can see, I do have the two downloads here from SortitoutSI. I've got the real fixture update and I have the data update as well. So I'm going to want to right click on this and I'm going to say extract the files. Now, other extraction tools are available, please use your own, but this is where I said you need to find the right location for your files. So if you go onto your documents, if you are on computer, go into Sports Interactive, FM23 and then you need to select the editor data file. Now, I've already done this. I will export it anyway, just so you can kind of see what happens, but select this editor data file. If you are starting this from scratch and you do not use the real name fix or anything like that, and you need to create an editor data file to do this, just do it. Right click, new file, editor data, simple as. Then once you've selected that folder, hit OK. Obviously, as you can see, I've already done this, but I will say yes to all, and then that one is done. You also need to do the same with the data update. So extract those files, follow that same file path, so documents into Sports Interactive, into Football Manager 2022, into editor data. I'm going to hit OK again. Then it will ask me, obviously in this instance, to overwrite what is already there. Then you are done. You need to go into the game and set up your new game following these current steps. So you've done all of that good stuff and you find yourself in game and you are ready to start a new series of Football Manager. So you hit start a new game, you will follow and go into the career section here. Now, this is the most important part of this. You will need to go into the database drop down up here and select the following things. Obviously, I have all of my other databases and stuff in here which aren't compatible. I'm working on a remake of Arsene Wenger, but all of these ones with the word Finny are the ones that you need. Obviously, the guy who creates this, I believe, is French, so you will need to make sure that you've got the right files here. You make sure that you've got all of the leagues selected that you do need, and then the main one you need to make a note of is this custom start date of the 30th of the 5th, 2022. So you go through and you make sure that you select everything else. As I mentioned previously, it does work with the real name fix as well, so you will have the correct names for all of the clubs in your game as well, including Juventus and Manchester United. You work your way down all the way until you hit the editor data file as well, which is this one right here, SortitoutSI data update changes. Make sure that one is ticked as well as all the leagues. Then you hit the confirm button. Now, quick start will not work with this one, guys, so if you hit advanced setup, let the game load the database and all of that good stuff, then you have to set the custom start date. So you make every league that you would need and want playable as well. So let's say I'd like to do a save where I start in Belgium. Let's add Germany, Italy, we'll add Portugal, we'll add the Netherlands, we'll take out Wales, we'll add in Brazil, and we'll add in Argentina. The next one you need to add, this is the most important one here, guys. That is in the Seychelles, SortitoutSI.net custom start date. Make sure this one in Africa is ticked as well as a league that you would like to play. Now, this is where you set up everything as you have done. I've got a video on this on the channel if you do want to check it out on how to set up a game to make it run best for your computer. Obviously, my computer's down at a 1.5 speed with this current setup, with all of these leagues loaded. You can definitely tailor stuff. So if you just wanted to play, let's say, in the Prem, keeping all of these sorts of leagues in and tidying up Brazil, let's take out Argentina, let's take out Belgium. Let's say you wanted to do a save. There you go. There's the only playable ones that you need. You've got England, you've got the sort out custom league, and then obviously if you want to set up anything else you can do. But this is the important bit, guys. Obviously, the early start date is the 2021-2022 pre-season. Click on this drop down here, then you need to go and expand this SortitoutSI.net custom date. Then you go on to this one here, which is obviously the 30th of the 5th, 2022. That is when your game will start. Obviously, SortitoutSI.net league only takes over here, and you will be able to start the game as you intended. So if we start our game and set things up here, it will start on the 30th of the 5th, 2022. Once this game's set up, guys, I'll be back and you can see how it looks in game. So the game is set up and we will be adding our manager. Obviously the leagues are as they expect to be in 2021, but for instance, if we go to Derby here, let's say we want to do a challenge replicating Dr. Benji with Derby County. We hit the confirm button and we click start playing. Now we will go into the game as you would expect. Derby County 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪, fantastic. Media prediction 24th in the championship, but that has already happened. So we quickly save this game. And as you can see, we are Sheffield United got promoted this time, beating Huddersfield in that playoff final. We are 23rd in the championship, finishing on 34 points. So we are about to go into, after the custom start date, the 30th of May, we are about to go into the summer before the 2022-2023 season, where obviously the team that I have selected, Derby County, will be relegated. So this isn't exactly FM23, but you can kind of play it already. Let me know down in the comments who you would start a save on this custom database, and let me know who you're going to get on with. But until then, guys, don't forget to drop a like on it down below and check out the playlist popping up here with some interesting content on the channel. But until then, take care, and I'll see you on another one very soon.